Hey guys, it's Steven here. Welcome back to another video. Manchester City are back in action. It feels like absolutely ages, yet at the same time, no time whatsoever. Football is just, it's everywhere these days. Football is absolutely omnipresent. But either way, the glorious Premier League champions are back in action with a friendly tonight against Preston. So today, this is a little preview. Before I get into the preview though, I want to talk a little bit about OneFootball. As you know by now, if you've been following my channel, OneFootball is a fantastic app and you can do me a massive favour, a huge favour. Go download OneFootball right now in the link in the description below. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful app with all the Manchester City news and all the transfer goodness and all the updates from across the world and Manchester City, and not just City as well, and football too, that you personally need to know about. So go and support my channel a little bit, go and nourish your phone, and go and do yourself a massive favour and join over 10 million people and download OneFootball right now in the link in the description for absolutely £0. It's free. Go download it right now. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about this preview. A little about this Preston game, in this preview. I want to say thank you, though, of course, to my latest Patreon first. And that is Ben and Praleski. Ben, you are an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Ben has joined in around the $10 tier. Thank you so much, Ben, for supporting the channel for the year. Absolutely means loads, of course. If any of you can ever do that, patreon.com/Esteemed Kompany, or on Twitch as well, or YouTube memberships, or whatever. And if not, don't worry, you can just carry on liking, watching these videos. That is more than enough support. But Ben is a legend. Thank you, Ben, for joining the ever-growing army of Esteemed Kompany. It's a terrible cheesy pun, but I'm going to stick with it. Thank you so much, Ben, at patreon.com/Esteemed Kompany. But let's talk about this game a little bit. Basically, I thought I'd jump on and do a preview to talk about who we can expect to see tonight, who we won't expect to see tonight, and all that kind of stuff. And broadly, my opinion on pre-season in general. Now, what I will say initially is that this preseason is going to be a bit of a shambles like it was last year. I cannot wait for a world post-COVID where preseasons are just those fun games that you watch and we all get a little bit giddy when people in the UK like myself get up at 3 in the morning and watch games over in America. I miss those days. I want to be exhausted. I want to be watching a random friendly against, I don't know, Inter Miami or something like that. I don't know, or New York City. I want to be seeing City play these teams, but as it is, we've got basically one friendly if you don't count the Community Shield. And then, of course, we've got the Barcelona game after the season started. So, basically, I would say it's just one real friendly, if I'm being totally honest, because I don't really see the Community Shield as part of that, which isn't really preparation for the season, given the fact that most of our players aren't here yet. It isn't ideal. I am expecting, personally, the season to be really slow as a result. I mean, it's going to be. Hardly anyone is back in training yet. I'm expecting a poor start to the season. But if anyone's capable of proving me wrong, it is Manchester City. It is Pep Guardiola. But ultimately, I'm kind of relaxed about it. I've made my peace about it, and I would recommend that you guys do that too, because this is live, man. It's going to be difficult. Especially when you look at the squad that is on screen any minute now. This is the squad right there on screen. I wouldn't blame a lot of people if they went, who are half of these players? Genuinely, who are they? Because it's random. I'm gonna go through them all a little bit and try and predict some kind of team, and I'll talk you through some of those players. What I will say as a reminder is treat preseason games exactly how they should be treated. They don't mean anything, yet they are fun at the same time. My general worldview of preseason games has always been the same. They are win-win for me in the sense that they don't mean anything. So if City lose because for whatever reason, it's understandable because players aren't fit. They aren't really focused yet. They aren't in top condition. So losing means nothing because it doesn't matter. But if we win, it's great fun because it means the players have played well or whatever. And you get positive stories from preseason. And if you get negative ones, you can just shrug them off because they literally don't matter. So I see it as win-win, basically. I always like to see as well the young players and see how they get on. It's a shame that we're not going to see a lot of the young players that a lot of us want to see. But this is life in this world that we live in currently. So let's look at this squad. The goalkeepers on this list, of course, Zach Steffen, Scott Carson, and Kieran Slicker, an academy lad. No Ederson, of course, because of the Copa America trials and tribulations that he was involved in there. He went all the way, unfortunately, until Mr. Lionel Messi had other ideas and put that to bed, of course, with Sergio as well and Nico. But no Ederson, which I presume, means we're going to see one of the regulars. Maybe Carson will get a go. In terms of the defenders, we've got Jan Couto, the young Brazilian little wonder kid right back. He was on loan at Girona last season, the second tier of Spanish football, and did really well there. And Cancelo too was, of course, just returned from his own little break. Even though he wasn't involved in Portugal in the end because of isolation, unfortunately, he is back now training, so expect him to be involved. And he's probably defending as well in training. In terms of the centre-back options, we've got Philippe Sandler. Obviously, he's had various loans and injuries, unfortunately, but he's back, obviously, training with the team before he start out his future. We've got Shea Charles as well. He's a young under-18s, soon-to-be under-18 centre-back. He's really really good apparently. I've not seen loads of him, but he's seen as a talent. Nathan Ake is there as well. We all know about Nathan Ake, and Ruben Diaz has returned as well alongside Ake and Cancelo. And Finley Burns, who's a big, tall, ball-playing centre-back. He was very good at times for the under-18s and the EDS last season. A really, really good young talent that we signed for a lot of money. I think it was from like Southend or something like that a few years back. Left back, we currently only have Mendy training with the squad as well, so he's almost certainly going to start. In terms of midfielders, Fernandinho is there, alongside a bunch of names that I wouldn't blame if a lot of you hadn't heard of him. Matt Smith was on loan at, where was he at loan last season? Was it Doncaster, I think it was? Matt Smith is a Welsh international, a really good player, really likeable lad. He's been at City for a while. Matt Smith returned from his loan at Doncaster, so obviously waiting until his next move. Ike Pozo, you probably remember Pozo from a while back. It's not Pablo, what was he called? Juan Angel? What was the other Pozo called? I've forgotten the other Pozo. Jose Pozo, was it? Jose Pozo was a striker. Ike's his little brother. He was on loan last season to... it was like Eindhoven, not PSV Eindhoven. It was like Eindhoven. What are they called? Let me Google it quickly. But either way, he was playing in the second tier of Dutch football. He was on loan at FC Eindhoven, yeah. And he played a lot of games in the Eerste Divisie. Is that the third or second tier? I don't know. Someone will tell me in the comments. But either way, he played a lot of football last season over in the Netherlands. So he's back as well. And he's a good little midfielder. Michael Hamilton is an under-18s, really silky attacking midfielder. I didn't get to watch a lot of him last season once again due to the world and how it was shaped and all that kind of stuff. But he's seen as pretty highly rated. Ben Knight is there as well, which you may have known of. He's been involved in pre-season before, of course. Good player. Small, diminutive, skillful, creative player. Cole Palmer is a name that a lot of you will be familiar with. A really exciting attacking midfielder. Loads of skill. Of course, he's playing for the first team already, making his debut last season. Dead good player. I'm very excited to see him involved. And then in terms of the forwards, well, Palmer could be involved in that, of course, as well. Likewise, Ben Knight. You've got Morgan Rogers, who had a great loan last season. Was it Leighton Orient or Lincoln? Was one of the two. I always forget. I get mixed up always. Morgan Rogers is at... Where was he at last season? He played for Lincoln City last season, yeah. He did really well there as well. Obviously, subject... allegedly to a bid from Crystal Palace with Patrick Vieira at the helm there. We'll see, but he's a good player. Definitely more experienced, and he'll be looking to make a bit of an impression as well. Riyad Mahrez is there, and interestingly, Patrick Roberts. Patrick Roberts, the enigma that is Patrick Roberts, who's been moving around and around and around and around. Where was he? Last time I heard he was at... Was it Middlesbrough? I think. I don't know where he's been recently. Let's have a look at his history now. Celtic loan, Girona loan, Norwich loan, Middlesbrough loan, Derby County loan last season. So there we go. Patrick Roberts, the English Messi, is back. And also Pablo Moreno, the guy we got from Juventus, who was on loan at Girona last season. So there's a whole bunch of players there. It's weird. Unfortunately, people have been very excited by the likes of seeing the likes of Mbete as well, and of course Romeo Lavia. Tommy Doyle's not involved. No Delap, unfortunately. No McAtee. That's because of isolation. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a COVID outbreak at the academy, so they're all isolated, so they've not been involved, which I'm gutted about because I was looking forward to seeing those players. But there is still some exciting young players to watch. In particular for me, Hamilton and Palmer. It's nice to see Burns as well involved with the team, and Shea Charles. I'll be interested to see how this lines up. I'm not expecting much. This squad, it couldn't be less Manchester City if it tried, in terms of it's going to look nothing like this come the start of the season. We're missing, of course, all the England lads: Walker, Stones, Sterling. Of course, Foden as well, and then obviously Rodri's not involved. None of Copa America, Jesus, Edison, and loads more currently not back as well. And it's just how it is. We have to basically kind of suck it up and kind of get on with it, unfortunately. No Bernardo. Bernardo's an interesting one, of course. You would expect he would have been back. He's back. He's not back with permission, is what I personally heard. But I would say if you can put two and two together, if he's not back because he's been given permission to still be on holiday when the other Portuguese lads are back, probably try and work out why is what my guess would be there. An educated guess. It's not hard to read between the lines there, is it? I would guess something to do with his future's up in the air is what I would say personally. But either way, in terms of how I expect us to line up, I would suspect to see probably Carson or Stefan in goal. For the sake of this video, I'll just put Carson in goal. And then I think we'll probably see... will Cancelo get a start? Maybe he will do, man. Maybe he will do. It doesn't say Diego Rosa on the squad list that I saw, by the way. I'm not sure he's going to be involved or not. I saw someone suggest that Diego Rosa and Yankutu might not be involved for work permit reasons, but Kuto's listed on this tweet that I saw online, so who knows, man. Kuto, I would say Cancelo will probably start with Mendy as well. I reckon they'll get minutes under their belt. Mendy will be nice and sharp. Cancelo maybe not, but I expect we'll see Kuto at some point. But I know Cancelo and Mendy. I think we'll see Ake and Diaz as well, if I'm being honest. Maybe we'll see actually a bit of a mix. Maybe we'll see one of them play like Ake maybe, alongside Finley Burns or Sandler, something like that. Mendy at left back, I reckon. Then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a midfield or something like this. Fernandinho alongside Matt Smith, who's very experienced. He's more experienced given the fact that he's played for Wales quite a lot. And maybe someone like Cole Palmer in midfield, man. So Fernandinho, Smith and Cole Palmer. And then I would suspect to see Mahrez and Morgan Rogers with one of Knight or Moreno playing as a false nine, because Knight has played there. I would say Moreno as a guess. It's a weird team. I'm not expecting loads from this team for obvious reasons, but it's fun. I'm going to be doing a watch along later, of course, as well. And I want to just see some good football, man. I want to see some interesting stories. That's how I approach these preseason friendlies. Don't expect the world, and you'll enjoy it, is what I will say. Just watch and enjoy the football. But that's my little bit of a preview. Not loads to talk about. I will be live, of course, later on YouTube doing a watch along for this game. And I might go live on Twitch in a bit as well. Just have a bit of a chat during the middle of the day about this game as well. So probably maybe about 1 or something like that. I'll do a little bit of a Twitch stream as well. But I will be live from about 6:30 tonight for a watch along and a big old chat about everything around the world of Manchester City. Guys, thanks for watching this. Thank you once again to Ben, my latest Patreon. Big love to Scott Denemy, my Patreon producer, for being an absolute legend as always. Thank you for all the support. It's been wonderful making videos over the past few months and the past few years with you guys. And the new season's nearly upon us. I'm sure you're hearing a lot more from me over the few weeks based on all the news going around at the moment. For now, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.